it's the 15th. That's quite a milestone. And today I want to draw another good suggestion that I've had. I've had loads and loads and loads. So if you have suggested something, I will possibly, hopefully, get to it eventually. But you know, I could be going on for years and years if I tried to do them all. So I'm just trying to pick and choose, and then still include some of my own ideas. But someone suggested a city on the back of a tortoise, and I thought that would be pretty cool. I'm on a smaller A5 bit of paper, so I'm kind of restricting myself a little bit, because I don't want to be drawing forever and ever. So, let's get started. I've got a image of a tortoise over here to look at. So, hopefully the tortoise will be reasonably accurate. I've enjoyed getting all these suggestions, so you know, keep them coming, but also bear in mind I might not get round to doing it. Potentially one day, when I can go through and do them all and do like a video a day or something. But, you know, got the day job to contend with there. I did actually draw a tortoise turtle. What's the difference? I feel like tortoise is what people have as pets, and turtle are like the big ones in the sea that you generally wouldn't have as pets. They have really evil faces. I'm just picking up on like this guy's faces. He's like some kind of Marvel villain or something. But I'm excited to get to draw the city. The cities seem to be my kind of forte. Not usually so au fait with drawing wrinkly old big wandering tortoises. Got big feet, big old legs, big old muscular legs. I'm guessing that's all muscle, isn't it? Probably. They always strike me as being pretty strong, albeit not very mobile. I read Edgar Allan Poe's story not long after Christmas, called I can't remember the full title, but the main character is Arthur Gordon Pym, and I'm bringing that up because in the story he's like at sea, and he's like stuck out at sea with no food, and the ship has been basically destroyed, and they have nothing left, and the ship is capsizing, and someone on there swims down below deck and finds a tortoise that, from what I gather, they'd put on the ships for such an event that they were desperate for something to eat, because apparently big Galapagos tortoises, I'm not sure, they have kind of their liver is full of fresh water, so they all got to drink fresh water. And also there's apparently a lot of meat on them. Not that I'm in agreement with eating a tortoise. This story is set about 200 years ago, bear in mind, so animals I don't think had as many rights back then, unfortunately. Let's see. turtle even. Tortoise turtle. And I don't want to know what that tastes like. Hopefully I'll never have to find out. Okay. I'm quite happy with this. I did draw a turtle once a long, long time ago in a comic book. I did, just as like a random, in a kind of random psychedelic segment of the comic. There was just a big turtle floating through the sky. Okay. Going to get on. I might come back to the legs because, actually no, let's have a go now. He's got like little scales all over. It's almost like, it looks very rock hard, all his skin, but it's almost like tree bark. These little scales. Big scales now. Then they kind of overlap like an armadillo or something. I guess for ease of movement, even though that seems a bit counterintuitive for a big turtle because they don't move very fast. And it feels like everything on their body is just making them move slower. You know, I'm no biologist. I'm not really in any position to insult the turtles, so any turtles listening, I do apologise. You could probably get some scratchy pen sounds out of this one if that's why you're here. As you can see, I'm using my trusty pen, but this paper, I'm not sure where I got it. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Cartridge paper. Generally pretty good paper, as I'm finding out right now drawing this. Holds the ink really well. I'll just put a new ink cartridge in this today, so we should be good. It's a good job I didn't start this another day because I would have run out of ink halfway through the video, which would have not been very fun. I'm dreading the day I'm kind of at an important piece of work or making a video and I run out of ink. And I don't know, I've got a deadline to meet and I run out of ink and can't get any in time. I do buy it online. I found somewhere that does it cheaper than where I'd been getting it before. A place in London I'd been ordering it from. But now I tend to get like 4 or 5 cartridges for, I can't remember actually, I think it was about £15. But they do last a while, even though I basically use this pen every single day. So I do think it's worth the money, especially when said that this turtle in particular would outlive it, and we were, 20 at the time, and he had this 5 or 10-year-old turtle who was, in fact, no, he was older than that. He was probably about, he was also about 20. And my friend was like, yeah, he's going to outlive me. Just a thought that kind of freaked me out. I guess you're kind of investing in a family heirloom. That's a pretty cruel way to talk about an animal, but it seems like that's the way it is. Not like a cat or a rat or a dog or something. I did learn recently that rats only live for about 2 years, which is kind of upsetting. I quite like rats. Not, feral ones, but pet rats. Feral ones can kind of freak me out a little bit. Seem like they're almost riddled with diseases most of the time, and it's not very pleasant finding them in your house. As I have done on a few occasions. Not this house, but the shared house. A long time ago. Okay. Where are we? Right. To have a bit more shading under here, where he's got his house, where he goes into his his very big house on the back of his shell. I might get a different pen to do these thicker outlines. Don't feel like this pen is really built for that kind of thing. Okay. Okay, right. Now I'm going to start on the city. Just going to try and keep it simple. I've done a lot of talking about drawing cities on this channel, so there's not much more really I need to add about drawing buildings and windows and how I do these little dots for windows and things. That was a real mess. Just kind of did some random scrappy little dots there. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go for some smaller buildings now. One's gonna have like a pillar. Keep doing these details. I often feel like I bite off more than I can chew when doing a city. It often feels like it's gonna be way too far too detailed. Do some little trees, little tree line here. Maybe there's a little park on his back. Is it? Do you know what I've just realised? Am I drawing a Scientology? Am I drawing a Scientology belief? I've just randomly remembered that something in Scientology, I think, believes that the world is huge and on the back of a turtle, or have I got that completely wrong? If you are the person who suggested this, and you are a Scientologist, then fair enough. I'm not a Scientologist by any means, but here I am drawing what may or may not be a Scientology bit of propaganda. Who knows, hopefully everyone can just appreciate it as ASMR and just a piece of art. a museum once I was in LA many years ago and went to a psychiatry museum, and I thought it was just going to be a psychiatry museum, but it turned out actually to be, I guess, a Scientology museum dedicated to how can I put it? Not dedicated to psychiatry. It was very anti-psychiatry, and I was kind of shocked because I didn't realise what I was walking into. But yeah, it was a lot of anti-psychiatry propaganda. Again, I think it was Scientology. Please forgive me if it wasn't. But I remember it being some religion, and their doctrine is that psychiatry is kind of the root of all evil. It was interesting to go in, but I guess I don't really agree with that idea as such myself. But hey, okay, I kind of want the buildings to like go over the turtle's back, so like, if you see what I mean. So then they're kind of popping up behind a little tree. I don't live in a city, I should probably visit more cities to get a bit more visual ammo to include. You know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to do a power station or something. There we go. I think I should have drawn a happier turtle. One like, what's his name? In Finding Nemo. Is it Splash? The one who's like, yeah dude. That guy. He's great. He was my favourite character. Crush. I think his name was Crush. I should have done him. Instead I've done a kind of creepily realistic one. Okay. Might try and draw a TV tower or not sure what. I'm kind of doing the outlines of everything, then I'm going to go back on and fill it in with the windows and such. Okay, maybe there is some kind of park here. My mental inspiration for this is probably the New York skyline or something like that. I've drawn New York a couple of times for one reason or another, not, the whole thing, but kind of bits of it, and say what you want about it, it does have a cracking skyline and some great buildings. My camera just ran out as I was recording, so I'm not sure how much, where I got to before, unfortunately, so it might have, hopefully I got some of the city started, but anyway, we're working on the city, on the turtle's back. I apologise for that, I hope you haven't missed too much of what I've done. I really need to keep an eye on my camera or invest in a new one, where it's got more memory and can record for longer. Would be probably the best thing to do, but we'll get there in time. Could be more like chimney looking things here. soon. I know someone who might be selling one, in which case I'm going to try and utilise it for these videos somehow. Maybe put it on my head or down here or somewhere, I'm not sure, but I think that would add a little bit of something extra than just the same old way I've been filming things so far. I do want to kind of mix it up a bit, have some different angles and, you know, some exciting shots, etc. But yeah, hopefully soon, hopefully soon. Nice shell. If there are any turtle enthusiasts watching, please feel free to correct me on anything incorrect I've said about turtles. I welcome new knowledge always. Right, where are we? We're going to have a little outpost over here. A little road going into the city. Just kind of getting a bit loose with it now, just drawing whatever feels good, not really thinking about it too much. All I know, I'm going to think about this bit though, a big pylon. Love a pylon. Call me weird, but my favourite landmark in London was the Crystal Palace pylon tower thing. Not sure, can't actually remember what its official name is, but if you Google Crystal Palace pylon, I don't know, I just think it's really cool. Not that I like heights, I'm actually terrified of heights. So I won't be going up it, but you know, being stood underneath and looking up was always quite an adventure. Kind of an early pad here. Right, I think it's time to fill in on some of the windows and parts of the buildings that I have thus far neglected. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this bit was a roof of some sort. Yeah, just a little bit of cross-hatching there. This is all very scruffy, I'm aware, but I don't want to get too crazy involved because I'll just get too obsessed and never stop. I'll just end up working into it way too much, and this video will take 10 hours, which would be great. I'd love to make a 10-hour video one day, but not today. I've got stuff to do, unfortunately. Boring life. Also, I'll caveat that by saying I think that was just in Manhattan. There's obviously going to be way more across the kind of whole city of New York, and what that counts as. I mean, I don't know for sure. I guess that's like Brooklyn, as in the whole of New York is Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, the Bronx, Harlem. Well, that's on Manhattan, isn't it? I mean, I don't know how far it spreads, how far it stretches. It's big though, I know that. A lot bigger than where I live. Okay, a little roof. I'm getting more helipads in here than there is in actual New York, almost. Not quite. I need 10 more. Okay. I'm kind of stealing these spiky buildings off that building that's in San Francisco. There's that really pointy one up on the hill. I don't know what building that is actually. Is that the Scientology building? No, it can't be. That'd be too much of a coincidence. If it is though, tell me, because that'll be weird. Weird that there's been 2 Scientology references in this video. Completely unplanned. Okay, window. Guess a little bit of a slated roof going on here, probably not something that is particularly abundant in the States. View windows. Yeah. Quite pleased with this city. Gonna do a few kind of pavements or sidewalks, as they'd be called, over the pond. Right. Gonna work into Mr. Tortoise a bit more. Make him look a bit more dramatic. Give him a bit of shadow. Move him back within frame. Don't want to keep throwing him around on the desk. Otherwise this video will end up being kind of strange if I'm just throwing him around too much. In fact, this whole area is kind of in shadow, so throw on a bit of cross-hatching. There we go. What else is in this bit's in shadow? Where I started on his head. Okay. Do a little bit of shadowing on the corner of his shell. Make him look a bit rugged and a bit more aged. Hopefully he's not looking too young, because like I said, this fella's got to be at least a few 100 years old. He's so big. I'm guessing he's about as big as, just judging, looking at this photo that I'm working off. I have a feeling, yeah, he must be like, don't know the size of